Hello investors and future investors, welcome to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing another live trade. I'm going to go ahead and show you one option trick that can be used in order for you to go ahead and be up on the trade even before you hit the execute button. Yes, that's right. Ultimately, what this is going to do is that it's going to increase your odds of the trade going in your favor. Now, if you're new to options trading or you're trying to use options to make some additional income to supplement your regular 9 to 5, then you so happen to stumble onto the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you one option trick that I use personally whenever the opportunity presents itself. We're going to be doing an income generating option strategy today, which is going to allow you to make money as soon as you hit execute on the trade. I will be executing the trade right here live for today. Now, for today's video, we're going to be using none other than LUMN Technologies, and that ticker is going to be LUMN. Now, most of you probably have not heard about this stock, so I'm going to give you guys a little background as to why I go ahead and use this stock. Now, before we go ahead and get into this, I have to ask you guys for two favors. I need you guys to do yourself two favors. Favor number one, always make sure to do your own due diligence before investing. What may work for my portfolio, quite frankly, may not work for yours. Favor number two, always make sure to have an exit strategy. That way, if the trade do go against you, then at least you know how to get out of the trade. For today's video, I will be giving you the exit strategy as well. So as soon as you get into the trade, I'm going to have the mindset of where I want to get out and also how I want to get out. Now, let's go ahead and get down and dirty with options. You guys know how we do it. And just so you guys know, there's only one way to learn option, one tried and proven way to learn options, and that is to practice, practice, practice. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to open up the Robinhood Advanced feature right here. And that's going to open up the LUMN chart. Now, if you have not heard of LUMN before, go ahead and do just a bit of background on the company, see what the company does and how this could work for your portfolio. Now we're going to go ahead and go over to the 1 year chart in order for us to get our two primary indicators, which I use personally on this channel. Indicator number one is going to be this blue line right here, which is going to be the 200-day moving average, better known as the MA200. Currently, the price of LUMN is $4.47. Now, that price of $4.47 is going to be below the 200-day moving average. Now, all the prices in today's video is going to be fluctuating because I'm actually doing this live right now. So as you can see, the price here is below the 200-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average gives you a price of around $5. What the 200-day moving average tells you is that it gives you the price that the stock has been trading at for the last 200 days or 6 months. Now, within that 6 months, the price has gone above the blue line. It has gone below the blue line. The blue line is just an average of where the share price was trading. Now we're going to go ahead to the next indicator and see what that gives us. That next indicator is going to be your RSI, or your relative strength index. Now on the RSI, LUMN is about 50 on the RSI. Now 50 is like neutral territory. Anything going above 50, going closer to the 70 mark, tells you that that stock is going to overbought territory, and vice versa. Anything from the 50 moving downwards towards the 30 RSI tells you that that stock is going towards oversold territory. So LUMN is smack in the middle, so it's in like neutral territory. So I want you guys to remember one thing from this chart, which is going to be that $5 mark right here, which is the 200-day moving average. That's going to be very important. Now let's go ahead. We're going to go back to the stock for me to give you guys a bit more information. The reason why this stock hit my radar is because of a few things. And let me show you one of the main things that hit my radar. So if you were to go down now to the trading trends in Robinhood, you could see what's happening with this stock. Now, Robinhood investors like myself and you guys have been buying it up a lot over the past couple of months. Now, if we go over to the big boys or the hedge funds, these guys have been buying it even way more than us Robinhood retail investors. Now, lastly, we're going to go to the insiders, which is the people that actually have information about a company. They actually work for the company or they do stuff with the company. So even these people too are buying the stock. So this definitely hit my radar. I wanted to know why this stock is trending there at such a low price. So this is why it actually hit my radar. Now, this information, I just use it just to pique my interest, but I have zero interest in going ahead and buying the stock. As you know, I'm not a buy and hold investor. I prefer to get into options. All right, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to go down one more to the research report. Now, as you can see, the research report down here, this stock, believe it or not, actually has a 4-star. So the share price does not matter. Something is going on good with this stock. So it has a 4-star review overall. Now, the fair value is at $6. So the fair value is higher than the 200-day moving average. So this stock is giving you a good value for your money if you decide to go ahead and buy it outright. Now, lastly, before I go into the option strategy, I want to show you guys one last thing, which is extremely important before getting to any options contract, and that's going to be the earnings. So earnings is expected to be on November 4th, sorry. So you don't have to worry too much about getting into this option contract right now. All right, now with all that information that we have, now we're gonna go ahead and open up the options chain by hitting trade LUMN options down to the bottom. Now, this area down here is gonna be the option chain, and all this information here, it helps us make a very informed decision before getting into any option contract. So we're going to use this information as presented us here, and we're going to go ahead and do an option. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead to sell. I'm going to go ahead to put. I'm going to be choosing my strike date. The strike date I'll be using is going to be, I'm going to be doing monthly expirations on this. So I'm going to be going with September 19th, and that gives me 30 days to expiration. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to choose my strike price. Now, the strike price I will be looking for, and pay close attention. The strike price I'll be going with is going to be above the current share price, and the strike price I'll be going with is going to be $5. The reason I'm going to be going with the $5 strike price is because for the last 200 days or 6 months, this stock has been trading around the $5 mark. Now, under normal circumstances, whenever you're doing this option strategy, ideally you want to choose a strike price below the current share price of the stock. What that does is that it increases the odds of this trade going in your favor. However, for this particular stock, I'm going to go ahead and choose the strike price OTM, or out of the money if you will, and that's going to give me the $5 strike price. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to click into that price right now. Now, this is an income generating option strategy, and this is the cash secured put. Now, the reason why I went ahead and choose the $5 price, here's the option trick. I'm going to get paid. The amount I'm going to get paid is going to be 0.6 cents, or that's going to be equal to $60. Now, the reason why it's going to be $60 is because each option contract has 100 shares. So you're simply going to multiply 0.60 by 100, and that's going to give you $60. Now, I did promise you an option trick that's going to make you be up on the trade even before you go ahead and hit execute, and here it is. When I go ahead and choose this particular strike price of $5, I'm going to be getting $60 right away. Before I even hit execute, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be lowering my average cost. So the $5 minus the 60 cents here is going to lower my average cost to now $4.40. So my average cost now is still going to be below the current share price right here. So did you guys, hopefully you guys saw how I did that. So just a quick recap, I went ahead and chose a strike price above the current share price because of what the 200-day moving average showed me. That strike price paid me enough money that when I go ahead and subtract it from the amount I'm going to be using as collateral, it's going to reduce my average cost, and my average cost right away is still going to be below the current share price. So still, the odds of this trade working in my favor is extremely, extremely high still. Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to hit continue. I'm going to do just one contract, and I want to get 0.60 or 6. Now, here's the good thing, right? Let's go ahead and hit review, and I'm going to hit execute in a second. Now, here's the good thing, right? Your ROI, or your return on investment. Your return on investment is going to be $60. Your percentage return on your investment is going to be higher than 10%. To get that, you're going to divide your $60 you're going to be receiving by the $500 you're going to have to leave for collateral. So your return on investment for this option strategy is going to be 10%. As a comparison, the Spider ETF or the SPY ETF usually gives back a return of 10% per year. Within 30 days, you're able to make a 10% return on a stock that's trading for around $5 per share. So that's one of the other reasons why this stock came to the top of my radar. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit submit, and then I'm going to explain this trade to you. Let's go ahead. We're going to hit submit and done. And that order is pending. That order should be executed. Now, let me just go ahead and show you guys how this trade is going to go. And that's going to give you your exit strategy. Now, my exit strategy, first of all, was the amount of money I'm going to be receiving. Before I even got into the trade, I know how much money I'm going to be receiving. So I already know what my average cost is going to be. So there you go. That's my exit strategy. So if the trade do go against me, I'm going to be picking up 100 shares of this stock at $5.40 at $4.40, which is going to be below the current share price. That $4.40, as you saw earlier in the video, it's also at a price that is below the 200-day moving average. Again, that shifts the chance of me winning this all the way up. The third thing is that the price that I chose, which is $5, that reduced me to $4.40, which is going to be my new average cost. That price too is below the fair value of the stock. Remember, I showed you the fair value is $6. Now, let's say come expiration date of September 19th right here, if this share price now goes up to the fair value, which is going to be $6, then I'm going to get to keep my $60 here. And then now I'm going to have to go ahead and do this trade again for the next week because I have lost the trade. Now, because I lost the trade, I get to keep $60. So that's a very good loss in my book. Now, when you did the option strategy, you would have had to leave collateral. As you just saw, I had to leave $500 collateral. That $500 is going to be released back to you in order for you to do this trade. Just keep repeating it until you are assigned. Now, here's the other exit strategy. Come expiration date once again, if this share price right here is trading below the $5 price right here, there's a high likelihood that I'm going to be assigned. And now I say high likelihood because remember, my average cost is all the way down to $4.40. So if the price is below $5, but it's still above the 4.4, then there's a chance I still would not get assigned. And these are the things you don't actually see on YouTube. I've actually been through this several times already. So even if that does happen, I'm going to show you it's still going to be a win. So if the share price is below my $5 strike price that I chose, once again, I'm going to get to keep my $60. That money is mine to keep no matter how the trade goes. And then now I'm going to be forced to buy 100 shares at the $5 level. But remember, I'm going to be picking it up at $4.40 because the $60 income I receive just lower my average cost right away before I even execute this trade. So hence, it's going to be another win. At the $4.40 price, which is going to be my new average cost, that price is still going to be lower than the 200-day moving average of $5. And it's still going to be lower than the fair value, which I showed you was $6. So hence, a win-win option strategy on my part. So there you have it, investors and future investors. That is my live trade for today. And that's one option trick that can be used if you get an opportunity. Always make sure before you go ahead and get into any option contract, always make sure to do your own due diligence. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you haven't already, now would be the perfect time for you to go ahead and like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get these live trades every Wednesday when I go ahead and do it right in front of you. Now, here's the most important thing, right? I do go ahead and make these free videos in order to help as many new people or people with small account portfolios grow their account portfolio consistently with income generating option strategy. So if there's anyone you do know that is struggling to grow a small account portfolio, then the right thing to do is to go ahead and share this video with them. Let's go ahead and help as many as we possibly can. Now, until the next video, keep pushing your investments.